welcome back to another game, and we've got something which I've been seeing a lot of recently, and I've actually got a few things I want to talk about in this video, so it'll actually be good, because we're going to have time to do that. But in the blue, playing as the Spanish, we have Randomized, and in the red, playing as the Teutons, we have Mr. Yo. Of course, Mr. Yo playing for CKF, which is the Chinese Kung Fu team, and I keep saying this over and over, so I want people to remember it, because I do think that they will be doing quite well in tournaments soon, because they actually do have a really strong lineup. So, probably debatable if they're strong as RVK or not. It depends, really. It depends who's out, who they're playing, what they're playing, etc, etc. So, we are on Arena again, because people want random civs, or at least more civs than Huns and Mines. And the main problem with that is, like, I have no problem at all casting other games. But the problem is, people don't play other civs unless it's really arena. So unless you want to see like 100% arena, which I'm definitely not going to do because I don't particularly like arena, and I'll actually speed this up, sounds like a good idea. I'm not a big arena fan, like I'm cool for a game every now and then, but I don't like seeing arena over and over and over, because I'm not saying it's easier or anything like that, it's just not my style of game that I like to do. So with that, it just means that unless more civs start to get played, there's not a lot we can really do about it, because as well I don't like really showing games that are old as well, just because I like to show people in their current form, and I think I actually tricked a few people last time and they thought Doubt was back, so a few interesting things there. So I generally always try to do recent videos, and by that I mean within like 3 days of the time I cast it. So fair enough there. So there's not really a lot I can do about it, like I said. It's not really up to me. If you really want to see other games, message the pros and tell them to start playing other civs. Or, next time Voobly asks for a tournament, tell them to make it a random civ tournament. That would actually be awesome. I actually might go to them with that. That's good. That is a good idea. This is why I like saying stuff like this when I cast. Gets the ball rolling and I start thinking, which is good. Also as well, actually that's probably not worth noting, I've been spending a lot of time in streams recently as well, especially Bill's actually. If you haven't followed him yet, definitely Twitch TV/Bill. It's Bill, ITSBILL88. So definitely follow him there. There will be a game giveaway at 200 followers, which I'm aware of. And I think he only needs like 13 more to hit there, so get in quick as well. And I will say off that as well, if you're looking to improve, definitely a stream to watch, because it's all about him improving on his skills, and he has people on Skype. He's got like 1.8 people just teaching him, telling him things he should be doing better, and it translates so well into your game. It just shows, it just makes it so much easier for people to learn. Some people have been in the chat and they're saying it's helping them so much, so definitely check him out. I will put a link in the description there. And on that as well, I do promote most people, so don't think I'm favouring him or anything. I promote everyone, and on that as well, there's actually, always remember to check out my YouTube page, because in that featured videos there, if I ever find someone who's uploading more Age of Empires videos, or contacts me about it, I will put them in there, so that's always worth checking. And as well, if you do want to start a channel or something like that, let me know, because I will plug you. So there we go. That's that off, and alright, so what have we covered? We've covered that, we've covered that. I'm pretty happy with that for about now. We could probably start having a look at what the players are doing. So remember that, annoy the pros, annoy Voobly about random civs. Follow Bill, don't annoy Bill, because Bill is helping people so much at the moment. So make sure to follow him, there will be a link in the description. And stop telling me to cast random civ match. I have no problem with people telling me to do it, actually. I have no problem with feedback at all. If you ever see something that's just dodge, call me on it, because it's the best way for me to improve in anything, so remember that. So it looks like we've got Randomized going up into the feudal age now. He's collecting gold, he is collecting berries. Nothing too ridiculous here, and of course he is playing as the Spanish, and they are a very strong civilization, as we know. They have pretty much, I think they have full trash actually, as well as the Conquistador, which is an extremely powerful mounted hand cannon unit, I guess, probably the best way to say. So, really strong civ overall, and it looks like, yes, fast castle, of course, and nothing going to be going down in the feudal age here. Looking at the economy, can't see anything ridiculous going happening. Looks like we will see a castle be dropped at one point, though, and outpost is coming up there, because, of course, if any mangonels or archers sneak in, you want to get your villagers away in time. For Mr. Yo, it looks like he will be going up as well with the fast fuel. He does have less farms, so he might not be going for a bigger push. And he's not on stone yet either, which is an interesting one. It means he's not going to be going for a push, so we could see quite a big boom out of him actually. Playing as the Teutons, of course, their town centers are quite good. They do great when they're garrisoned, because of course they do hold extra, I think. Pretty sure off the top of my head. Just looking at this, Mr. Yo is well ahead in score right now, but we are about to see a randomized hit the castle age. There we go. 29 population for Mr. Yo, randomized on 31, so it looks like Mr. Yo's economy just must be great at the moment. And of course, the more experience you have, the better with these type of games. And what are we seeing? Defensive castle going up for randomized, so it looks like he's going to be creating those conquistadors back at home, maybe going for some mangonels on the front, or maybe even some siege, and trying to push in. Town center is going up next to that gold for Mr. Yo, and it looks like that, oh, that is going to hurt. Losing 100 gold there from Mr. Yo on that relic, that is not good for him there. That is actually extremely important. We actually haven't checked out the relic positioning yet, so we should probably see that. Another town center going up for Mr. Yo, so he is going to be going for quite a big boom. Haven't seen one yet from Randomized, so he could be going for, actually saying that, there's that one coming up now. Brilliant. Relic placement, we have one, no, I'm just selected something, nothing down, unless, nope, nothing there. We do have one in Mr. Yo's base to start off, one just in front of his base, and these ones here, I guess you could say, are around the center. So I would say the relics are definitely towards Mr. Yo in this game. They're all in this kind of area here, and I would say that Randomized definitely has to move a lot more to try and get them. Monastery is out. He has got two monks out, and they are going across the map right now. Looks like we are going to see both the players start fighting over these relics, and of course this light cavalry is really going to be able to do a lot of damage if it catches those monks, because like we've seen, they kill them off so quickly and there's not exactly a lot they can do about it. Especially when they're holding a relic, they won't get the conversion in time anyway if they just start. So it's an interesting one. It looks like here we might actually see pretty even relic distribution if, yes, you get these two, then you grab this one here, and it might be close. Mangonel is out for Mr. Yo, and Randomized actually starting to get ahead here, which is interesting. He is starting that military production though, so Mr. Yo is definitely going to have a better economy right now. And if we actually slow it down, we'll have a look at the populations. Randomized on 44, Mr. Yo on 48, so we are starting to get ahead a bit there. Siege Workshop is up, so it's going to be interesting to see what we see out of him. Paladins can definitely be an option, of course, because once they get to Imperial, as we do know, the Teutons are just quite a heavy civilization, I would say, because they do get, what, Siege Onagers, don't get Arbalest, but they get Elite Teutonic Knights, which is a really heavy infantry. They get Onager, they get Paladin. So, yeah, I would definitely classify that as a pretty heavy civilization. Arbalest, of course, missing there. They do get hand cannons from memory. Not 100% sure there, but I am fairly confident they do. But it looks like this Mangonel here could actually be out of luck. And losing that one there straight away, that's not good at all for Mr. Yo right now. Randomized are really starting to take it ahead at the moment, up by 400 points, which is a lot actually, considering there hasn't really been any big damage done from any military. How are we looking for town centers over here? And still only on 2 town centers, which is a really good effort actually. It means his production's being constant. He does have this castle up, and how are we looking? It should be 2 relics each. Let's have a look. 3 actually for a Randomized, and 2 for Mr. Yo. That's an interesting one. I was definitely picking Mr. Yo to grab them, but Randomized, of course, moving out there quite quicker. Something to say as well, Randomized, I think, has been pretty much a dedicated arena player. Mr. Yo's more of a Arabia, and this is just, well, maps that aren't arena, really. He's a mega random, anything that's not really, any kind of random map, essentially. So we do see the conquistadors moving out across the map now, of course supported by these monks, because monks, as we know, are great counters to knights, which of course can counter conquistadors, and could lose some monks here actually if he's not careful. And of course, you've got to be really careful, they can actually shoot, and as we can see, this monk didn't even get hit. So that's a good thing about not when your opponent doesn't have ballistics. Getting 2 conversions there actually, which is actually really good for that. Especially considering the price of conquistadors. Hasn't moved forward with these monks yet. The watchtower is up, so we could actually see quite a big push from Randomized now. Let's actually check the res and see what he's got available. So he's not going to be doing a castle drop like we can see here, and I don't think there's going to be too much else he's going to be able to do. Was he going for a convert there, or is he converting the monk, or converting these 2 back? And converting those 2 back, this has actually been quite amusing to watch. So, losing, what, like 4, converting 2 back. I think he lost 3 to conversions, converted 2 back. Overall, that's not the worst thing in the world, considering his opponent lost like 3 monks as well. Turned out pretty well, actually, for Randomized there. Mr. Yo is starting to catch up slowly by the looks of it, 400 points behind. Randomized at the moment, looks like he's not going for any kind of big power play right now. And I'm still searching to make sure he doesn't have extra town centers. Is there one there? Yes, there is. That's where that stone went. So he is going for the 3 town centers. Now, if we check Mr. Yo, still on 3, so 4 actually now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he is going to be able to start blasting away at that economy. The push is going to come from Randomized soon, though. And of course, his outpost is going to give him pretty good vision over what his opponent's doing. If we actually look, he's going to be able to see this entire area here. So he knows his opponent isn't pushing out across here. And it looks like we're actually going to see another outpost come up over here. If we look at Mr. Yo, he does know this outpost is here, but that's just from scouting. But he doesn't know there's one here as well, and honestly, it's not the worst deal in the world. It just means your opponent's going to know what you're doing, so you can't really surprise them so much. And of course, keeping that forward villager busy, just, you know, getting houses, building houses when he can. Because of course, this wants to be as busy as possible. And here's something from Randomized right now. Coming out with 2 PTATs, and as we know, 2 PTATs is enough to crack a piece of wall. So if he actually hits here, we might actually see the Conquistadors run in and slaughter a lot of these units. Gold villagers here could be in a lot of trouble. Farmers, potentially. These ones here, really. Lumberjacks over here, not so much, because they should be able to garrison. These farmers, maybe this one, maybe these guys here. It's going to depend on reaction timing, really, because I don't think he's going to see this one coming, and I actually want to see if he does, because this is going to be kind of hard one to counter. And we'll just keep turning it on and off, and we'll speed it up a little bit, because we all know Pietards aren't the fastest unit in the game. Alright. Here we go. You can see it now. Villager is moving. Has he seen the piece? I think he's seen it, so he's moving the villager back. Either that or he's seen... Oh. One. Where'd the other one go? The idea with Pietards is you usually hit them as quick as possible so they can't rebuild a gate behind it. Oh, that sucks for Randomized. Actually, is he... Yeah, he's gonna hit it, but... That still sucks, though. The idea with Pietards is you hit them and just bang bang, that way the wall's gone, and they can't repair it, they can't put anything up behind it. That's the whole idea, but anyway, not the worst thing in the world. It's only got 680 HP left, not a lot, but it is giving Mr. Yo that time to get that castle up there to defend. It could do a potential wall off across here, could finish the wall off here, so it's an interesting one. It's really going to depend on how Mr. Yo decides to treat it. Randomized still up by 500 points right now, so Mr. Yo's economy must be doing decently, but not the best in the world. Mangonel is actually moving forward here, along with monks, so could actually see some good hits here. And of course, we can see that Randomized monks do have a lot more HP, and I think he's going for the convert on one of those monks. Will he get it? Nope. Getting one, is he going to get a second? Oh, well, monk for a monk, not the worst. Actually, lost both of those monks there. Randomized playing a really tight game here, actually. It's going to be interesting to see how this one ends up. Mr. Yo, 88 population now. He can go Imperial if he wants to. Randomized on 91 population, and with an army. You've got to remember this. Mr. Yo doesn't have any real units out to defend this at all right now. So it's going to be kind of hard for him to try and deal with. This gate just about to go down. Probably a few more shots from these guys. Barrages, I guess would be the right word to use there. And one, and this should be it. There we go, so he is in. Let's see if Mr. Yo is prepared for this. Of course, Teutonic Knight's not going to do much at all in this situation, so he's going to have to figure out another way to deal with this. Skirmishes, of course, mangonels as well, good ways to do it. And of course, you know, monks, if you can keep them out of conversion. And it looks like we could actually see quite a few villages here actually lost. These ones being garrisoned, very smart idea. These gold miners here still looking like they could be in trouble, though. So Mr. Yo's still not losing anything, and it's going to be really interesting here actually to see what he does. Could potentially try and kill some of these off. Wall off is done though, so he's not going to be able to exactly run in to kill them off. Barracks is going up because he can't get an archer range out until he's got that barracks. And 700 points difference now, but Mr. Yo is going up to the Imperial Age, which can make a hell of a difference. Could see a few villages lost over here, actually. I'm going to swap to Randomized quickly. Randomized going up to the Imperial Age as well, so it's going to be an Imperial game by the looks of things, and looks like we're going to see some villages. Not this one here. Nope, not game enough to go for it. So not exactly a lot going on, so we'll speed it back up. Anything over here, just being attacked by a wolf. No real harassment. These villagers here, not going to go for them. Looks like he's actually just going out. And he's not going to be able to because he's being gated in. That's actually great. And here we go, getting some of these villagers here, which I was suggesting before, and I wasn't exactly sure if they could hit the ones on the stone from the range, but it looks like they're able to, so getting 1 kill there, so overall 2 kills, not bad. This villager here though, ooh, is he going to leave that gate open? No, good. Good, I thought it was almost going to get through there. And will he survive? Yes, he will survive. That's an interesting one, so now, Mistio has successfully, I guess, trapped them in his base. If that's a good or a bad thing, and here it looks like he could take quite a bit of damage if he's not careful. Losing 1 there to that castle, potentially going to lose a 2nd there, because a few are on quite low, well, medium HP. So it's going to be an interesting one here, especially with this army locked in here. It means it's not going to be able to defend if Mistio goes for a massive push right now, which could be on the agenda actually, because we see here he does have Siege Workshop Garrison with a battering ram, and he's got well, unless he wants to do like a 1 battering ram assault, then I guess that's not going to be very effective. So, all in all, not a lot he can do actually to defend this one. 500 points in it though, so it, again, isn't really getting much further away. But he has put another town centre up, which means he is actually on a total of 5 now, which is quite good. What are we seeing over here? Another castle and a university going up, because of course he wants to get that ballistics. 4 town centres up for Randomized, though, so they have been even for quite a while, but of course that extra town centre for Mistio will start paying off the longer he goes in for. Archer ranges are going down, so he will see the skirmisher out, which is pretty good, because you know, Teutons get decent skirmishes as well. Not the worst skirmishes in the world, not the best skirmishes in the world. So it's going to be interesting here to see how the Civ matchup works, which is one of the reasons pros don't like to play Civ, random Civs, because if you win it on just the Civ alone, it's not the best thing in the world to do. It's not the hardest thing. Not saying that anyone can automatically win, and actually going for hand cannons here, this is an interesting one. Hand cannons over... that's interesting why he's going for hand cannons. He might just sit behind the trebuchets and try and defend. Use these castles to his advantage, and just sit back and try and just defeat his enemy like that. It's going to be an interesting one though. Hand cannons, of course, do have 1 more range than the Conquistador, which is great. They do have less HP though, they do have more attack by 1, yes they do. And they have less armor, which means nothing really particularly. Trebuchet going to be going, it looks like we do see the Rams moving forward now. And if Mistio is not careful here, this could actually be it. Because there is going to be quite a big push here. And it looks like he's actually killing some of those skirmishes off, which is good. And he's got quite a few hand cannons here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to deal with this. Of course, these cap rams are going to be able to do a lot of damage. I can't tell if he's actually targeting the trebuchets right now, or if he's targeting the conquistadors. Looks like he's targeting because he has killed a skirmisher and a conquistador now, but I guess if you're going to hit nothing, you may as well hit something. Makes sense. Those rams getting taken out fairly quickly there, because we do know conquistadors do quite a bit of damage. And those trebuchets still standing. This has been quite lucky actually for Randomized. Castle is down for Mistio now, so it could be in a bit of trouble. This skirmisher conquistador combination could do a lot of damage. Bombard cannon there, not a cheap unit, getting it taken out straight away, which is something you absolutely hate because they are just so expensive. Probably a little bit more expensive than a trebuchet though, I guess. Stables are going down for Randomized, which means he will be able to start going for paladins as well. On light cavalry scouts. Going to be interesting what we see from him here, actually. We're seeing scout cavalry, not going up to the light cavalry yet, unless he has one in his base. And he's got a lot of production buildings out, actually. Mistio has expanded into the middle of the map here, but I don't know if he's going to have what it takes to defend this one. He's quite far behind. Hand cannon's actually coming out for Randomized now, so this is getting quite close. I don't think it's going to end well for Mistio right now. He does have the production, but I don't know if he's going to be able to just keep it going. He does have a lot of resources available, though, like a lot, like 1k5 food, 1k2 gold, 1k wood. He's just not spending it quick enough by the looks of it. Skirmishes, make more skirmishes, man! What's your plan? There must be a plan here. Here's the plan. Cavalier. Here is the plan. There is a plan there. There is a plan in action, which is good. Plan is good. not just dying. Siege Workshop he will be taken out. He's only lost one castle so far, so it hasn't been the worst ordeal in the world. Still going for light cavalry, or what are we doing over here? Battering rams, light cavalry, Tsar, no, Tsar. Can't remember. I'm pretty sure Spanish get them because I'm pretty sure they have the full tech tree there. And it looks like these guys will actually be able to kill off the light cavalry. Good effort, guys. Good effort, villagers. Night. Bloodlines Cavalier on the way. Bloodlines on the way. Where's that blacksmith? It was over here. Chain Barding on the way. Might just be able to hold this one off. It's going to be a close one, though. Currently down by 2,500 points. I'm going to speed this up because Mistio isn't even putting up much of a fight here, actually. So we're going to just wait for those Paladin Cavalier to start running in. We're going up to Paladin. Yes, we are going up to Paladin. And honestly, looking at this army, Paladins might be able to get a lot of damage done here, especially against the skirmishers. They're going to be killed off pretty quickly. The light cavalry as well. Battering ram. The only real issue is going to be mass conquistadors here. And the monks. If you can get a lot of converts with them, it's going to be trouble. But if we look at this, actually, there is a lot of stables out for Mistio right now. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage here, especially once Paladin gets done. And we're going to see that last armor upgrade plate just finishing up now. We're going to go see Forging. What is the plan now? Doesn't look like too much on the way at the blacksmith. He is starting to build up here, of course. Cavalier. Where was that Paladin? There we go, 89. Nearly there, 91. 93. 94, 95. I think you get the idea. Alright, Paladin is done. And I guess here comes the push from Mr. Yo. Forging on the way. Ah, and I am right, it is forging on the first one. There we go, I feel better about that because I've never actually checked that. I probably should have before now because I always say I think it's going to be forging. And Skirmish is there as well, so he's going to be able to roll in with the Paladins, put the Skirmishes out, and hopefully do a lot of damage. And if he decides to actually run straight for the base or not, it's going to be an interesting one, because he will actually be able to duck in through here. And I don't think Randomized thinks that Mistio's got a lot he can actually do now, and actually saying that, Randomized, he knows the Paladins are coming out. He is actually retreating out, which is interesting. These trebuchets, though, will not make it. Skirmishes as well going to get killed off really easily here. And this could be really bad right now for Randomized, actually, if these Paladins get in too close like this. Because these Skirmishes are not going to be able to deal with these Paladins. Conquistadors as well. They will be doing a lot of damage, but I don't know if they're going to have enough. So watching. A lot of Paladins are dying. Halberdiers actually on the way, lots of barracks coming out, lots of Halberdiers being spammed. So actually Mr. Yo at this moment not looking too flash now that those Halberdiers are out. Saying that though, these Halberdiers should be able to overpower. Yeah, I reckon it will. So if we look, there isn't exactly a lot there. They are an expensive unit to try mass. Mr. Yo does have a lot of resources available though. But if we look at this, his army is actually starting to get cut down really badly right now. So this is an interesting one, and it's going to be... I'm interested to see if Mr. Yo can pull it back, because now there's Halberdiers out as well, which are countering his direct counter, which is interesting, but he does have quite a good economy up at the moment, so he'll be able to sustain an army for a while longer. Only got 200, 300 gold there available, but he does have a lot of wooden food, so trash can definitely be out at the moment. But I don't know if he's going to have what it takes to keep going, because this is going to be a hard one. If he runs to the base right now, though, especially if he goes straight through here, it could do a lot of damage. It's going to be interesting to see what he goes for, because he might know. Because if he goes for this, he might be able to completely gut Randomized base, and if he does that, he's going to be able to keep his economy, because of course he's still moderately walled in, apart from here, there are more buildings going up, but it's going to turn into a scenario where there's going to have to be a lot of base raiding done. Has he noticed? No, he hasn't noticed. I don't know whether this is good or bad. If he runs in, he could actually, especially straight to here, kill that, kill that, kill that, kill all these villages, you know, plunder and pillage. Going to be interesting. Saying that though, Mr. Yo is running out of time over here. Relics have been collected by these monks, so now Randomized is in just possession of all the relics, as well as having a great trash army at his disposal right now. This is starting to look really, really bad for Mr. Yo. Still though, I'm not going to draw it out, because if he does, I'm not going to draw him out of the game, because he might be able to start doing the damage here if he can get into the base. That's the big thing right now. If he can get into the base, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. And it looks like Randomized is into Mr. Yo's base right now. In come the Conquistadors. Light Cavalry, of course, are going to be following that. So this is going to be an interesting one to try and hold back. I feel so sorry for these villagers right now. Of course, if we look over here, again, in come the Rams for Mr. Yo, but he doesn't need them, he could just run in. And I think he's going to notice this in a second, actually. Over here, Conquistadors, of course, still doing a lot of damage. Mr. Yo not garrisoning his town centers yet, because, well, he's got a castle here, it's not the worst situation in the world. Once that siege ram gets in, though, then it's going to be a pretty bad situation. Over here, we can see these paladins, of course, trying to do a lot of damage, and I really want to see if Mr. Yo... When's Mr. Yo going to see this is open? Is he going to see this is open? I think he's going to. Eventually. Or not. Nope. So it's just going to come down to a really kind of a base race situation here. And lots of villages here, so he's going to be able to keep rebuilding. Mr. Yo down by 2,500 points. And he might even find his way in here. Oh, he just hasn't scouted it. But of course, once this wall goes down, it's going to be the same deal, just he could have done it like 5 minutes ago. And siege ram's moving on to the castle. They're going to start repairing. Come on, guys, repair! Repair, repair, repair! Paladins are still in for Cap Ram, still moving in. It looks like we've actually seen a wall off here by this barracks now. But Paladins, again, being a good option, but Mr. Yo just has no... He's lost so much of his economy. He's lost most of his farmers now. He has lost most of his gold and stone collectors. How much gold's he got left? He's got this patch here, and that's about it. He has expanded right around the map, though, so he's going to be able to do a bit of damage here. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Again, it looks like these Halberdiers are moving in, but we might see a big push here from the Paladins to just kill off the entire base here. And the thing about this is, Mr. Yo's base is scattered all around this side, and I don't know if Randomized knows this. It's actually one easy way to check. Randomized doesn't know that Mr. Yo has a base over here. I think he can only see these farms because I've been looking, I think, because otherwise we would have spotted that mill and that town center and whatnot. But in come the Paladins now, and Paladins are a lot harder to deal with than Halberdiers, in a way. Because they just soak up so much damage, and it's the same goes for Conquistadors. They're so much harder to deal with. Not saying that Conquistadors are easy to deal with, but Paladins, they just soak up so much town center damage with that massive HP and massive armor. 7 on them with 180 hit points, only 90 on the Conquistador, but still 6 armor on them. So it's a really hard scenario to kind of be in, but there's a lot of Halberdiers out for Randomized right now. I'm starting to think Mr. Yo is not going to be able to take this game. Currently at 48 minutes in, and Randomized actually starting to run quite low on resources. Saying that though, he has got like 600 of everything except stone. Mr. Yo on nearly 2k of everything except stone and gold, just running low on that gold now, because of course he has no relics to supply any economy. And I'm wondering if Randomized is wondering right now, why is Mr. Yo still in the game? Does he know? I don't think he knows. I think he's happy just thinking that this is it, and he's just waiting to kill off these Paladins. But if he manages to get in here and just slaughter these town centers and villages around them, it's still there. Cavalier is out for Randomized though, so he is going up to the Paladin himself. Upgrades are pretty even, but of course Paladin not being done yet. Siege Workshop is up, so we are going to see, looks like most likely some rams out of that. Market will have to be used for Mr. Yo. Good thing it's still standing. He probably could have killed that off just to force him to spend another 175 wood, but that's not really the biggest issue in the world now for Mr. Yo. Continuing to watch this play out. Villagers are moving back across the map, and of course, I think these guys here are going to find this economy over on this side, and once they find it, there's going to be a lot of trouble. Mr. Yo, any plan, direct plan here? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just holding out here, trying to put as much pressure on as possible. I don't know. It's going to be so close. Mr. Yo currently down by 6,000 points, but the Paladins look like they were about to go in there, but not anymore. Capram, where are you? Are you spawning on yourself or spawning straight to the castle? Looks like you're spawning straight to the castle, but we'll find out. Looks like over here as well. Still hasn't realized that Mr. Yo has an economy. It's going to be interesting. We can see, though, Randomized has teched all the way up to Paladins now, so he has got quite a complete army, pretty much completing the tech tree right now. And gold is being done here. What was probably a bombard tower coming up there, but I don't know. Looks like this ram here is going to be able to do a considerable amount of damage, actually, to this castle. But Halberdiers and Paladins will be able to clean it up quite quickly, so he's going to have to get up to there to defend, or he's going to lose a lot of these skirmishes. And there's a ram should be dealt with pretty much ASAP there. As well, Halberdiers here going to be able to take out pretty much all of Randomized, all of Mr. Yo's army, and Mr. Yo GGing out there, finally, well, not realizing, but finally deciding that he's not going to be able to come back from here. So I thought that was quite an interesting game. So recap the things I said: nag the pros, nag Voobly, subscribe to Bill, there will be a link in the description, and whatever. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next